Are you ready?
Welcome to InterFace Gambia TV. I'm your presenter of the Jollof show, Adama Njie. We've just come to the end of 2019 fashion weekend with InterFace Gambia TV. On behalf of InterFace Gambia TV, of course, on my show, the Jollof show, I would like to take the opportunity and thank all the sponsors, starting with the Gambia High Commissioner, GamDesigners, Small Money World Transfer, the Premium Hotel, Northern Garden Security Limited, Jamil Trawally, My Hotel Group, Jollof Flavours, Joof Hair Beauty, Icare Resorts, Mr. Yanks Darbo, JC Evans, Global Properties, Supersonicz Finance, Suma Africa Online Newspaper, Aema, Decor, Furniture and Building Materials. Today I've got Mr. Adama Njie, the Director of Marketing of Gambia Tourism Board, and on his side there I've got ST known as the Brikama Boyo. Both of them all the way came from the Gambia to collect their outs. First of all, I would like to give the platform to Mr. Njie to give his greetings to the viewers of InterFace Gambia TV. Welcome to InterFace Gambia TV.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be here. I think, you know, just like what you said, myself and ST had to fly all the way from the Gambia to come and get this award. And we have to thank InterFace for recognizing our performance, serving as mentors to younger generation. And I have to take this opportunity to also, you know, say bravo to ST. You're doing a good job for the Gambia, and I think this is what Gambia needs. We need talents to be showcased, and that's what InterFace is doing. You're playing your quota for the social development of the country.
Thank you.
And I hope that everybody will emulate what InterFace is doing. Bravo to you guys.
Thank you very much. Mr. FT, I'll give you the platform to say hello to the viewers of InterFace Gambia TV.
Yes, I want to say salute to all the listeners and the viewers out there. You know, it's been a pleasure being here. This means a lot to me. You know, as we all know, this is actually, I think, the first time a Gambian rapper is actually being awarded outside Gambia, and that means a whole lot. And I want to say special thank you to InterFace TV for such a platform.
Thank you.
And then, you know, Gambia all day, every day, that's what they stand for, and that's why we're here.
That's right, Gambia all day, every day, that's what we stand for, and of course, that's what the Jollof still stands for. Mr. Njie, if I just might come to you, less than 12 months ago, we were in the Gambia, showcasing Destination Gambia. And of course, the main sponsor was the GTBoard, your department. We would also like to thank the Honorable Minister, and of course, DG, Mr. Hydra. But Mr. Njie, we saw that you've done quite a lot of research and work behind closed doors with your team in the marketing department, which reflects onto what you have deserved today, which is the award that InterFace Gambia TV has awarded you. How do you feel about this?
Well, I feel great. I feel great. You know, for you to be recognized out of millions of people means a lot. Just like what ST said, you know, for you to be selected because of your good performance means a lot to you as a person, and of course as growing for your career. But I cannot do it alone, and I just like what I said earlier, this award is dedicated to all the teams back home and even here in London. And of course, for me, the award is dedicated to all Gambians. Right. And starting from the Honorable Minister to the ministry staff, to the Director General of the Gambia Tourism Board, to entire staff and the Board of Directors of the Gambia Tourism Board, and of course the tourism stakeholders. Like you mentioned earlier, yeah. When you came to Gambia, it was not only the GTBoard, it was from the ministry, tourism stakeholders, everybody played their part. And this award is actually for them. We will continue to do what we have to do. The research that you mentioned, of course, is not done in isolation. It's done both online and offline researches. And of course, we do a lot of collaboration with our partners, both within and without. Right. So that's whatever we're achieving as a country now in terms of tourism growth is a collective responsibility from the presidency down. Everybody now is actually selling Gambia. Yeah. Even ST would always talk about Smiling Coast. So it's everybody. Like I always say, the success stories for tourism is done by everybody. Of course, GTBoard have the mandate to do it, and that's why our core mandate is to market destination Gambia. So wherever we go, we are proud to talk about our country, so that we will be at the top of the map. And even before I go to another level for information, the Gambia was awarded as the best destination to visit in 2019. We had just recently in Germany, by competing the likes of Kenya, the likes of even the United States, the likes of the UK. So it was a platform that the Gambia won the award. It was collected by our Honorable Ambassador representing the Gambia in Belgium. So it means that Gambia is actually picking up on the map. That is a very important point you've just made there. The reason I want to say that, because the last time, exactly where you're sitting there, the former chairman of Gambia Tourism Board was sitting there, Honorable Mr. Jamil, Bakari K. Jamil. And I did ask him this question, which I'm going to ask you shortly. But because there's a lot of competition within the sub-region, and then you mentioned that, how did you pull that to become? I must say that InterFace has to be congratulated as well for coming there and showcasing the Gambia. So how did you manage to do that? Because that's very important. Well, yeah, like I said, it is a day-to-day thing we do. We don't stop promoting the Gambia. We go to trade fairs, we go to road shows, we have B2B meetings with our stakeholders. We promote Destination Gambia online. If you look at our social media platform, we're very strong. We also have constant meeting with our stakeholders, back in the Gambia. And of course, the likes of InterFace are doing it. We also even have, support by having even artists like ST, because anytime we have the Food and Beverage Festival, ST is always at the center stage. Yeah. And I have to commend him for that, because he doesn't even charge us. He will just come and tell us whatever he gives me is fine. So the passion is there for him to be part of the success story for tourism. And I think that's what Gambia needs. We are not stopping, because if you do that, all the countries are fighting in the same pot. And that is why many countries are spending millions of dollars to promote their country. If I take the example like Senegal, that's right. Senegal before, they used to go to 1 or 2 trade fairs. Now Senegal goes to almost all the trade fairs, almost 20 trade fairs. Within the sub-region? No, within the whole country. Sorry, the whole world. Yeah, the whole world. But if you look at Gambia now, we only go to maximum 4 to 5 trade fairs. The reason being because before we used to have support from the World Bank, right, which now we're not having. So all the expenses is actually done by the GTBoard. But despite that, we have meager resources to promote the Gambia. We have other means that we are doing it to promote the Gambia. Like I said, online campaign, joint marketing with our tour operators, making sure that other airlines are coming into Gambia. We have tremendous incentives that we accord to anybody who want to fly to the Gambia. And I'm sure you're aware of the fact that Air Portugal is flying to the Gambia coming October, flying 3 times. Yeah. So it means that we have already penetrated fully now the Portuguese market, and we have gone far to the likes of Russia, to the likes of Poland. So this is all done because we are actually working together with all the stakeholders. Like I said, every person, every institution in the Gambia plays a part. Of course, GTBoard and the Minister of Tourism in the forefront. All the success stories are actually bravo to all of us, and that is why I'm confident to say that even as per the NDP, we actually have a target of 250,000 arrivals by the year 2021. But guess what? If you compare our arrivals in 2018, we have actually reached very close to 225,000. So you've already reached that target of 225,000, getting close to your actual target. Close to our actual. And as per our projection, based on our budget for 2019, we're projecting to reach 250,000, which means we have 100,000 to go. But with the pace that we are having now, I can confidently tell you, if all things being equal, we will hit the target. We'll come to that. Mr. ST Saluto,
Respectful.
ST, welcome to InterFace Gambia. ST, first of all, I'll have to thank you very much for taking your time. And also thank all the viewers of InterFace and the people that decided to vote you as an uprising artist, as a very, very talented artist. I mean, I was in the Gambia in 2018. Unfortunately, I couldn't attend your show when I arrived the same day, because that was the same day that you were doing that big show in the Independence Stadium. But you being the first young Gambian rapper to be awarded internationally off the land. You're here in the UK, in London. Here goes right sitting in front of your award. How do you feel and how do you take this in?
Well, honestly, you know, I'm overjoyed, you know. Yeah, because this is the dream is to actually sell Gambia outside, you know. And if our music only manages to stay in Gambia, then, you know, then that's all we have, you know. So I think it's high time to actually take the Gambian music outside to the international world. And these are platforms that actually help create and build our artists to that level, you know. Because, you know, these awards, you know, are meant to actually, you know, show how much, show appreciation to how much somebody service is worth and to his nation and to his people and all of that. So being awarded this award, basically receiving this award, I felt like, you know, look, I have way more to go. Like
not only way more to go, but we have put more pressure on you as a Gambian artist. Yeah, if I might just correct to say that, more pressure on you as a Gambian artist to deliver more for the Gambians and of course Gambians in the Gambia and in the diaspora as well.
Most definitely, and it's good to know that Gambians out here also are into Gambian music and they are supporting and they are even voting for us even though we are not here. And I think, you know, that if we have more of things like this and, you know, platforms like this, in no time Gambia will be there.
In no time Gambia will be there. Sure, like I said, this platform here, you heard Mr. Njie, the Director of Marketing of Gambia GTBoard. Our platform is all about Gambia. Like I said the other day in the opening speech that I made, how to promote and sell Gambia. So we recognize you and other Gambian artists as well. This is just a starting point, you know, for you lot Gambian artists back home in the Gambia doing the great job. Because when I saw that performance in the stadium that day, you know, I wasn't there, but I saw it through social media. I thought, no, we came here for Destination Gambia, but we'll try and interview this guy, you know, and see if we can have other artists to interview them. But what is your biggest target now? Where do you see yourself taking Gambian music now, going forward?
Well, like I said, you know, selling Gambian music outside to the international world is the dream. So I'm working on another album that I'm supposed to launch December 7th at the Independence Stadium for the second time. And on this album, I'm looking forward to working more with artists outside, because I think it's necessary, you know, to create that link with other international artists or artists from other countries, and that way you guys have different fan bases and a collabo helps to kind of, you know, join your viewers together and share, you know, fans and all that stuff. So I'm really looking forward to, you know, pushing my music outside Gambia, you know, Guinea-Bissau, you know, for a start. I was supposed to have a booking the performance there like August 15th, but unfortunately, you know, it corresponded with another show. But, you know, I think, you know, doing shows outside, you know, like attracting other countries, you know, like creating that bond between artists and that relationship, I think it would really spread out. It would really be, because Gambians are everywhere. It's a small country, but anywhere you go, there are Gambians there.
That's true.
I think, yeah, if you can have Gambians anywhere, then your music could actually, you know, sell anywhere, you know.
Thank you very much, Mr. Esti. Mr. Njie, if I might just come to you again. The relationship between Gambia Tourism Board and, of course, with our neighbors, is there any relationship whereby you can have tourists travel and also Gambia benefiting from tourists from Senegal? Because as most of the tourists in Senegal would like to come to the Gambia, because we've got places that they would like to see. As much as I've seen tourists in the Gambia traveling into Senegal to visit places in Senegal, is there anything that your offices or the two governments are working on those platforms?
Absolutely. I think even with the new dispensation, we have already seen so many collaboration between Gambia and Senegal. Yeah. I'm sure you have seen that the two presidencies are very close.
That's right.
So we have actually tried to synergize the two countries in terms of tourism collaboration. And I can confidently tell you, even just last week, I got an email from one of the directors.
Thank you very much, Mr. ST. Thank you very much, Mr. Njie. We'll take a short break.
Yo, this one for a blessed Gambia. The more we work together, the more we celebrate. The more we come together, the more we celebrate. Come on, let's get together. There's a place I love to be. The Gambia, the Gambia.
There is a land not far away, where the sea meets the shore on a golden beach, where the river flows through the forest in 1,000 creeks, a place where people smile and say hello. Welcome to the Gambia, the smiling coast of Africa. The Gambia is the destination for a fabulous holiday. A love of nature is in the soul of the country. The many forests and parks teem with wildlife. Up in the trees, red and green monkeys gather and sometimes come down to play. Other natives of this forest are perhaps shy. If you love birdwatching, this is one of the best places in the world to see them. Over 560 species live in and migrate to our land. Organised tours with expert guides make it easy to spot some of the many rare species which abound in the forests. If it is luxurious surroundings and a warm welcome you're looking for, this is the perfect place. On the golden sands by the mighty ocean, our fabulous hotels offer everything modern travellers would expect. High quality, attention to detail, personal service and more. Imagine a private retreat buried deep in the forest. A special place to relax, recharge and get in touch with our culture and nature. So go discover the smiling coast of Africa.
InterFace TV. With us, the Gambia Chikau Chikanam Rek.
Welcome back on InterFace Gambia TV.
I got an email from one of the directors of the Senegalese Tourism Board. When I came here with the Director General and the team in London, the World Travel Market last time, they have expressed interest to have an MOU with the Gambia. During the time of Yusuf, though, that was an MOU we almost signed, but unfortunately Yusuf left, so we couldn't complete the MOU. What that means is many Senegalese are now coming to the Gambia, particularly during school closures from Senegal, you know, the colony of vacances, if I'm right. They are doing a lot coming to the Gambia. They are supporting a lot of hotels now, operating even during the green season. And equally, Gambians also love Senegal. Not even apart from Senegal, I think the likes of Sierra Leone, the likes of Nigeria are also tapping our doors to have collaboration.
Within the sub-region, targeting quite a lot of
absolutely, and I can also tell you that before I came, the GATF of Ghana signed an MOU with the Gambia tourism stakeholders, which was spearheaded by the GTBoard and of course the Ministry of Tourism and Culture, to have an MOU between the two establishments so that we'll do some exchange programs between the two countries. And I can tell you, Gambia might look small, but let me tell you, when it comes to tourism, we're big. We are well respected, because in all the platforms that we go, countries like Nigeria will say, whoa, you know, Gambia, because we sell Gambia to the outside world that we live with tourism. We believe in tourism.
That's true.
So, and I think that is a slogan that many countries within sub-region are trying to emulate. And with the new government also, with the infrastructures that are coming up, we're having so many 5 stars and 4 stars coming up, because we believe that before we used to only target mostly on the low end, and I think if you want to reach certain kind of level in tourism, you have to mix the two. So now it's already been concluded that any hotel within the coast will be 4 or 5-star hotel. Anything to go to the hinterland will be 2 or 3-star hotel. Because the reason is, you know, if you have to target the high end, you need to get 5-star, 5-star plus, and we're really on course on that. But I can tell you, many countries in the sub-region are trying to work with the Gambia to have more collaboration, because we believe during the green season, that is the best time that, you know, we need to eliminate the issue of seasonality, where Gambian hotels will close, many Gambians will be asked to go home. You know, nobody wants that. We want to make sure that every Gambian works.
So at the moment, is your department or the ministry, are they working on that whereby we can have tourism to be a 12 months around the year?
We work in that. I mean, as we speak, I can honestly tell you that we have, for the first time now, we have in about 5 flights from, we have 4 flights from Germany, by the way, through FTI, and they're flying from 4 cities from Germany. And if my memory serves me right, I think Munich is part of it, Leipzig is part of it, Frankfurt is part of it, and Dusseldorf, So you have these 4 cities flying weekly to Banjul. So we have 4 flights from Germany, which has never happened during this period, because during this period we normally, you know, have very few flights. But in addition to the 4 flights we have from Germany also, we still have flights like TUI Holland flying twice a week. Of course, Gambia Experience is also flying once a week. But also the likes of Corendon from Holland are also thinking into flying during the summer. So we want to close the gap, because that's the only way we can have all-year-round tourism. But I can tell you the infrastructure is there, and the willingness is there for all Gambians to make sure we have all year round. And of course, the ministry is really pushing it. The GTBoard and all the stakeholders in tourism are pushing it, because we want to see that to be a reality. But I can tell you, it's really happening.
So it looks like there's a bright future forward.
Far bright. Like I said the last time, I'm more optimistic than I ever before.
That's very good, Mr. Njie. Mr. SD, if I would just come to you back again, within the young, growing Gambian artists, are you making any collaborations, working with them? Are you signing any? Have you got your own record company whereby you'll start to sign up young stars to work with you? Because already, mashallah, you know, they will be looking up to you now. Going back to the Gambia with an award from the UK, which has been voted by the Gambians living in the UK. There's not any other person with an interface, but people that recommend your work. So are you looking into inspiring more young stars in the Gambia to work with them to be pushing the Gambian music forward?
Yeah, most definitely. You know, I'm looking forward to starting a studio. Actually, we're trying to find this space for the studio. We have all the equipments that we, you know, need for standard production. And you know, I'm working with upcoming art, a whole lot of them, because you know, like, we have to create room for younger ones. I think, you know, the industry would only go ahead when we have many stars. One star is just not enough. We need many stars, as much as there can be. So I just released a video is in less than 2 weeks.
I saw it.
It's called Hamo, and it's only the hard upcoming artists that are on it. You know, you know, we have Attack there, the likes of Lil Oms, Chronico, Kombonka. And you know, these people are coming up really. So
where do you recruit these young stars from? Are they from Brikama area, or they from the suburbs of the Great Banjul?
Okay, Chronico and Kombonka, I've worked with Kombonka before.
So it's part of your own. It's
more of a team, a movement, and we kind of have each other's back. We help out each other with 1 or 2 things, you know.
Right.
Yeah, because in one way or the other, you know, we need each other on, you know. So I try to use my platform for them, and you know, try to create, you know, a platform for them to actually expose their talent. So with Chronico, we are still working. It's not under contract, but it doesn't have to be under contract to help a brand.
It has to be under contract.
Yeah,
because
but
that's
I mean,
what also
that is just me pushing them. It's not to the level of, you know, if I am to sign an artist, I want it to be very standard and also favorable for them, you know. And I feel like, okay, I'm not really, you know, we have not really started that, but you know, how about if we start working with them from now, we could get to know each other and, you know, build that relationship, and anytime all the other things come through, it's just gonna create a stronger bond.
You've got a very strong support coming from Brikama.
And on my album, I also featured our Gambia. She was part of this and Petigale. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You know, I have this song on the album. It's called Dontoro. I featured her, and that was her first record, basically.
You've got this very strong support coming from Brikama. What is so behind, you know, the closed doors that you're delivering for Brikama people that many people are not saying, or I will say some people are not saying, because you've got a very strong support coming from Brikama. December 1st last year was a clear one there. Apart from what I heard from people, it was the whole of Brikama was there. Even the Alcalo was there. So I don't know how true was that.
Well, I mean, Brikama would always support. I mean, that's my hometown. And you know, like way back in Gambia, you know, rap used to be a thing, but it's more of about other things. You know, when I started music, you know, I put my city on top. Like, you cannot hear any song from ST and not hear Brikama. Like, you know, that's like a tag on each and every one of my tracks. You know, and I think when you represent your people, they represent you back.
That's true.
Because, you know, Brikama have always been a town that is proud of their own. You know, and you know, we have a lot of great artists from Brikama, you know, but you know, honestly, I mean, the love they showed me is exceptional.
It's a big pleasure to have Mr. Njie here with me, the Director of Marketing of Gambia Tourism Board, and of course Mr. ST, the own Brikama Boyo. Not only Brikama Boyo, I will say the Gambian Boyo.
Saluto.
Oh, saluto, you know. Mr. Njie, if I might just say, the night of the award, you know, you took your time, you traveled with your family all the way from Wales to come to London. And this is all hidden, you know, you just thought that you were coming to an occasion for InterFace Gambia, you know. But it was very emotional when you were called, it was very emotional, you know, you talked about the award. How did you feel receiving an award and honoring the award to all these people that you mentioned? How do you feel?
Well, I felt touched, and, you know, when you work, for me, you have to work for the interest of your country.
That's right.
And now I realize that hard work pays. And when I was coming to the InterFace award, I wasn't sure. I was just coming just to be part of the team.
Well, that's because there were a lot of nominees.
There were a lot of nominees.
Yes.
So, you know, I was not sure of anything, and I was just coming just like any normal person coming to attend. But when my name was called, I was really touched, and that's why you could see even when I was doing the interview, I cried, because, you know, for you to be recognized in the whole country as somebody that is outstanding is beyond words, and that says a lot. That's why I said I dedicated this to the tourism stakeholders from the ministry, to the last person playing tourism day in, day out. But yes, as a person, is something that I will treasure for the rest of my life, because this will go a long way. It means my work is being recognized, not only Gambians within the Gambia, but outside. And if you look at the spirit behind the award, I mean, everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
Social media is all over now.
ST can tell you most about.
Well, I know.
Tell us more when we come to him.
Well, seriously, because even me, I'm getting calls everywhere. So, and that is it. It's like InterFace has set the pace, and I totally re-echo with what ST was saying. If what InterFace is doing now, everybody should emulate it, because you see, there's no harm in recognizing people that are doing good work for their country.
Especially your own people.
Especially your own people.
Yeah.
And I think Gambians need to understand that together we stand, divided we fall.
That's right.
And it's high time for us to unite and be one. Let's appreciate the good work that every individual is doing, regardless of race, regardless of ethnic origin.
That's true.
The Gambia is one. And I like your slogan, the Gambia Chikoji KANAM. That's the way it should be. If we want to move to the next level, if we want to be seen as a paradise for Africa, we need to be sincere to ourselves and ask ourselves within, are we really doing justice for our country? Because regardless of what we achieve in this world, if where your place of origin is not put in the forefront, then something is terribly lacking.
Mr. Njie, that takes me back on the saying in Wolof, bo wache sa anda bo dem fekk ji.
And that's very true.
Fekk fa borom.
That's very
There is a land not far away, where the sea meets the shore on a golden beach, where the river flows through the forest in 1,000 creeks, a place where people smile and say hello. Welcome to the Gambia, the smiling coast of Africa. The Gambia is the destination for a fabulous holiday. A love of nature is in the soul of the country. The many forests and parks teem with wildlife. Up in the trees, red and green monkeys gather and sometimes come down to play. Other natives of this forest are perhaps shy. If you love birdwatching, this is one of the best places in the world to see them. Over 560 species live in and migrate to our land. Organised tours with expert guides make it easy to spot some of the many rare species which abound in the forests. If it is luxurious surroundings and a warm welcome you're looking for, this is the perfect place. On the golden sands by the mighty ocean, our fabulous hotels offer everything modern travellers would expect. High quality, attention to detail, personal service and more. Imagine a private retreat buried deep in the forest. A special place to relax, recharge and get in touch with our culture and nature. So go discover the smiling coast of Africa.
Yo, this one for a blessed Gambia. The more we work together, the more we celebrate. The more we come together, the more we celebrate. Come on, let's get together. There's a place I love to be. The Gambia, the Gambia.
InterFace TV. With us, the Gambia KANAM REEKKK. This event is powered by Gambia High Commission London, Gold Wall Money Transfer, the Pilgrm Hotel, Northern Garden Services, Mr. Jamil Trawally, Jollof Flavours, Joof Hair Beauty Salon, Icare Resource, Mr. Yanks Darbo, Jesse Event, Global Properties, and Suma Africa Online Newspaper.
You can be me when you look this clean. I'm a classic man.
true.
Absolutely.
Let's look at the likes of Senegal.
Yes.
Let's look at the likes of other countries. What is stopping me? That is why I'm very proud to see ST here. And I don't have any problem to go in any platform and talk about ST performance, because ST success is my success.
That's true.
ST success is a success for the Gambia.
Absolutely.
My success is not me, Adama, as a person. I represent my country. My country is what is important. If I'm known today, it's not me as a person. If ST is known today, it's not ST as a person. It's ST or Adama or InterFace is putting Gambia in the forefront. If we do that, the country will be in a different platform. Let's forget about the issue of sentiments.
That's true.
Let's forget about the issue of sentiments. Anybody who is doing well, like what you did, ST have been doing fantastic work. If you had not awarded him this one, who on earth is going to start it? Are we going to expect the Senegalese to do it for us?
No.
So this is a good start that ST is being recognized by people, not even in the Gambia. It was voted outside the Gambia. The same applies to me. I didn't know that, you know, Gambians in the UK or in diaspora would even vote for me.
Well, I can tell you the reason behind that. That's because when we done our research on tourism, and the stakeholders, like you mentioned, you know, we found out that there is a lot of interest in the Gambia. So we thought, what can we do to get that, you know, we can get any of these stakeholders and do a research on them and find out who's delivering more. That's when your name came up and someone else's name came up within the stakeholders, and then we looked at it properly, you know, and said, yes, we've done all these interviews and this is where the selling point is. Because remember, we have to remember one thing as Gambians as well. Tourism is a sector whereby every sector in the Gambia benefits from.
Without doubt.
When you go to agriculture, fisheries, because you said it, if the hotels are shut down, who's going to buy these fishes for the hotels? Agriculture, who's going to buy these stuffs? But when tourism is boom, we contribute 19 to 20 or 21% of the GDP of the country. So we've done our research very well. It's not that we just come in and exactly where you were saying, that's where the former chairman of tourism board, and he's mentioned a lot, the delivery, the work that tourism board is doing, and especially you yourself, you know, former honorable chairman of the Gambia Tourism Board, Mr. Bakari Kejami, mentioned that here, exactly where you said it. But you see, we, like I said, you know, as Gambians, we have to support our own people.
Without doubt.
Because we don't expect nobody to come and award you people.
Without doubt.
This is why InterFace took this initiative to start working on it, and we will carry on working on it. This is not going to be a stopper. This is just a start. ST coming to you now. This is just a start. You know, there is more awards to come, and come 2020, ST live ban in the UK. That's just for the information, you know, with InterFace Gambia TV, come 2020 for all the views of InterFace and of course the supporters and the fans within anywhere.
Saluto.
Within anywhere around Europe, we will be supporting ST, InterFace Gambia TV, the Jollof show. Will make sure that ST will be here come 2020 with InterFace Gambia. ST will be here live, right? ST, you know, when it comes to award, I know your name has been mentioned in so many platforms. But when we had that interview in 2018 in the Gambia, I said to you, when I get back to the UK, we'll speak to the producer and see. Because we wanted you, for the world to recognize you. Social media is busy about ST. I even saw just this afternoon before arriving here that they've already organizing something that you didn't even know. I just saw you. I just saw him. You didn't even know that people are organizing a welcoming for him in the Gambia. Brilliant. So how do you see this whole idea of awarding Gambian artists, even living in the Gambia, to come and receive the awards in the UK?
Well, you know, I think branding is very important, and you know, there is no better way in branding an artist, you know, than giving awards to him. And you know, being recognized is very necessary.
Absolutely.
To an artist. I mean, you need, the more recognition you have, the more exposure you have, most definitely.
Yeah.
And this might just be an award to some people, but it means a whole lot to me. You know, it's a dream come true, and it's motivation at the same time, because this is telling me you are on the right path and you need to do good. This is telling me people believe in you and they want to see you go further, and this is telling me that this is no time for me to stop. It's time to actually add more work to whatever that I was doing. So being awarded, you know, I was really swept off my feet, honestly, because when I was giving the award, I tried to actually give my speech. It was hard for me to put my words together. Absolutely. You know, I was like, wow, this is amazing. In Gambia, it's quite, every year we do our awards and all that stuff, but this is not just any award that comes by, you know, like that. This is an international award, and you know, baddest local alone. So I guess now I can say baddest international.
No, it's true. Yeah, baddest local, you know, which was the hit one, you know, in 2018. Then now it's baddest international. I would agree with you, ST. Saluto. You see, but ST, social media is busy right now. But yeah, what is going to be the next project right now, ST? Because I know you're going home shortly, sometime in the next couple of days. But what is your next target right now? What's the next project coming?
I should be doing a 7-day tour in Sweden in August. So, but before that, I should be playing in Qatar, you know, on Tobaski Day and the second day of Tobaski. And I'm also working on my album December 7th. December 1st was history, you know, and you know Gambia came out, you know, we made history together. It was hard to believe Gambian artists could do certain things.
Absolutely,
and I don't know why people believe that, because that is our home. If we cannot do it in Gambia, then you know we can never do it anywhere else.
Yeah.
You know, we had to make a change to that, you know. And I've seen Jizzle.
Yeah.
You know, he's also, you know, a wonderful artist. You know, he's launching his album at the stadium as well in November. So you see now, before nobody was going to the stadium, but now we are starting to go there, and I think that's the energy that we actually need.
And then you open the doors to that.
Yeah, we need to believe in ourselves. And when I saw that, I was so happy. I was like, okay, this is what I'm talking about. You know, like that. You know, we need to take Gambia up together. So I'm gonna be working on a lot of different music, because you know traveling is experience. You get to listen to other people's music and you know the type of music that they listen to, and maybe somehow I could create a fusion of what others listen to and the type of music that I do, you know, to create something that both parties could listen to, both in Gambia and UK and other people too. So 2019 is going to be a great year.
You've just mentioned Qatar. That's quite interesting.
Yeah.
How come selling your Gambian music to Qatar? What kind of relationship? Are you going to perform for the Gambians living in Qatar, or it is a company that calls you to go and play for them in Qatar?
Yeah, it was a company that actually called us. You know, they've been talking to my manager, so I get feedbacks actually.
Really?
You know, yeah, and these people actually believe there's a whole lot of fans in Qatar.
Wow.
Yeah, and he said all the Gambians there, we shouldn't even worry about them, because they meet from time to time, and there's no single gathering that they have and not talk about my music or play my music. And you know, he think it should be a game changer. It's them that should be willing to take that step, you know, into bringing a Gambian artist there. Like, it's not just about coming to Gambia to listen to Gambian artists in Gambia. You know, it's also about supporting them in, you know, to expose their talent, you know. And, you know, they are so very optimistic about this, the events, and we are looking forward to making something wonderful in Qatar.
And I'm sure you've seen it yourself when you came, you know, on Friday when you received your award. You see how people embrace you, and people were talking so nice about you. So
I felt like home, honestly. You know, the only difference is that I get to walk out of this house and realize it's not Gambia. Yeah.
Or realize you're not in the streets of Brikama.
Exactly, yeah. But then, you know, the love, people have showed me so much love. You know, people, my phone kept ringing 24 hours on the dot, and people are calling to congratulate me, you know, to actually show how much they appreciate me being here. And, you know, a whole lot of them trying to see me at the same time, although we have a limited, you know, my stay here is very limited. But, you know, I felt so much love from the Gambian community and even the non-Gambians.
That's right, even the non-Gambians. That's how Gambian people do. We try to sell our community. We try to sell what belongs to us. We try to sell that attitude, that respect we've got from back home, wherever we are as Gambians. We try to put it forward there so people can see. Mr. Njie, let's talk about Vision 2020. You know, I know GTBoard and all your stakeholders got a big eye on Vision 2020. Are you still going to hit the target of Vision 2020?
Well, yeah, I think now, point of correction, now we are talking about Vision 2021, because Vision 2020 was, of course, the former government, and now we have the NDP now. But yeah, we're ready. We're ready, and we put the target because we believe that the target is smart. We can achieve it, and like I said, the projection for January to December 2019 is 250,000. So if you look at the jump from 161 to 210. You see the gap.
Yeah.
We believe that if you can do it 2017-18, we can do it 2018-19, which was manifested. So 2019-20, and I think by looking at the signs, we will hit the 250 or even beyond, because so many carriers will be coming, and we're having a mix of both chartered and scheduled flight, and every stakeholder is ready. They are supporting us, and that's one thing about the Gambia is when it comes to tourism stakeholders, they're one family. You can bear me witness that before your arrival, I just sent one email and everybody was interested. That's how close we are. I can send one email and everybody is ready, because I have to justify why InterFace is coming to the Gambia. And it was manifested when you came back. The whole country has seen it. Even people in Nigeria, we are following your programs. And for me, like I said, I mean, we have so many Dwaynes in the Gambia who are tourism experts. If I am to be chosen as a goodwill ambassador or somebody that is doing well for the country, I am really touched. I'm touched to the fact that I learn a lot from people, because when you're growing up, you have to learn from people that have knowledge. That's the only way you can grow, and listen to people that will give you some objective ideas. And wherever I am today, they made it happen. They made life easier for me. But like I said, I'm not going to stop. This is just the beginning. For me, what is important is to see my country to the highest level. And the support and the trust that the stakeholders are having for me, I can guarantee you that I will not let them down. And of course, I'm not going to let InterFace down. Because trust me, this award that I've received today with ST, InterFace made it happen. And I have to re-echo this again.
Well, InterFace with the Gambian people.
But
they're the one that chose you. InterFace were like, we have people.
Well, I agree, but you are the one that showcased
Gambia. Yes,
you are the one that showcased what was chosen by the people.
That's right.
It could have been chosen by the people without not being manifested anywhere. That's right. If you go to Facebook now, if you go to Facebook now, I am touched by people making comments about my award to the extent that I almost cried. But you see, this is what the Gambia is about. Let's appreciate people that are doing a good job for the interest of the Gambia. And I have to say also, I don't think it will be fair for me to say that I'm sitting here, been given an award with my good brother here. For my case, it happened because I got a strong family supporting me. And I think I have to appreciate that. You know, my wife and my 3 boys have always believed in me. And you can see what my boy was saying, that you deserve it. But I mean, you know, my family is supporting me. They believe that, I can do it, and I have to go and do it. And with that belief, of course, with the support of my family back home, my mom and everyone, and all these stakeholders, they believe in me. And I can tell them, the belief that they have in me, I will never let them down. And my vision is to see the Gambia in the world map that no other country will be able to compete in terms of tourism. And you guys have set the pace, and we're not stopping.
His vision is to put the Gambia on the platform on the world map that no other country within the sub-region can challenge the Gambia. It looks like it has come to the end of interview with yourself, Mr. Adama Njie, the Director of Marketing of Gambia Tourism Board, and of course, Mr. ST Saluto, the Brikama Boyo, but now the international Boyo. But I would like to just throw 1 or 2 words in regards to 2 people that have been awarded, and they're in the Gambia doing a great job. Their job is absolutely beyond imagination, which is of course Assis Villan and Alaji Kinte. Assis is an inspiration to many young Gambians within the media platform, including myself. I said it the other day when I was trying to crack a joke on how he was doing his presentation back in the days when he was working at Radio Seat. So Assis Villan, a very big thank you to you. And of course, Alaji Kinte, a Gambian raised from the UK, went back home to do his thing. He did send a message to thank all the people of InterFace Gambia TV and the fans and the people that voted him. And of course, we would like to thank everyone that stay tuned with InterFace Gambia, watching InterFace Gambia, supporting InterFace Gambia, and of course the Jollof. So I also like to thank the mayor, the Lord Mayor Rohilo. Rohilo, she's doing a fantastic job, Mr. Njie. So everyone within the greater Banjul area, I really appreciate Rohilo. I mean, unfortunately, she could not be here, but she did send the Deputy Mayor Omar Toure. Omar Toure is also around. Omar, hopefully before Omar leave for the Gambia, we'll try and have an interview with Omar and Fatou Tal as well from the Mayor's Office as well. So we'll take the opportunity to thank everyone that has made his way to come to the UK to collect their hours. I know it wasn't very easy just to call someone to say that you've been awarded or just come over to the UK, there's something happening. InterFace are holding an award night. But indeed, a pleasure to all of you for coming to the UK and having you on our platform. You know, we'll say a very big thank you to each and every one of you that are watching InterFace Gambia TV. Before just closing this interview, I'd like to come back to you, Mr. Njie, for your last word to the viewers of InterFace Gambia and the message that you want to send back home to tourism and all of your stakeholders.
Well, my last word is very clear, is that bravo to InterFace. This is what Gambia needs.
Thank you.
We want people to do their culture, and you are doing it. And everybody, every genuine Gambian should emulate what InterFace is doing, because we only have one identity, one vision, and it's the Gambia, the Smiling Coast. Let's work together and build our country, and we can only do it by working together as a team. And I want to tell all, from the president down, that the vision that we have for the Gambia is achievable if we all put hands on deck and work for the development of our country.
Let's put hands on deck and work for the development of the country. From the director of marketing, I will go up to ST. Saluto.
Yeah, Mbafala fans will be anil lamural be Gambian minube Gambia and in diaspora be yeah barakabake for the love and in support ibe mingi tandika mulla, you know, and kako InterFace ko, you know, thank you so much, you know, ning mean a lot nimu lifetime finko te souvenir yeah exactly, you know, kaya pa nyamin ku jamal be nyato baraku master nyinala, you know, and I cannot leave without saying thank you to my team. You know, me being the Marivijam, but you know, I have a whole lot of people who support can, you know, from day in, day out, you know, na family, namuso Binta most definitely.
Binta be saluto.
Saluto, yeah.
Yo.
You know, and I want to tell all the Gambians here, let's put Gambia first.
That's right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you are. You can represent Gambia and not really easier. You know, so it's not just about being in Gambia, but it's about what you do that reflects, you know, in the development of our country. And I think we owe it to Gambia because until we move Gambia not. So you know, Alma I Sonia Alaya Sabato, but Kana in a Gambia, Ninga Gambia Kenyatta, Alabim Bidela.
Come Salia Mwenyamen, in Gambia Kenyatta, Durang Alajabu Alamo Sambalanyata, Barakabake ST, Saluto. Indeed, a pleasure to meet you. Mr. Njie, thank you very much.
The pleasure is always mine. ST, congrats once again.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mr. ST, thank you.
InterFace, bravo.
Thank you.
InterFace TV. With us, the Gambia, check out KANAM, REEKKK this event.